Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Wizards Outlook. We got Cardell Dudley Jr. here tonight, Raymond Lyons, both of whom which are in Capital One Arena. Is the Knicks power pass the Wizards 121-105. Cardell was literally on here last night talking about he expected a bounce back game from one Julius Randle, and he wasted no time in making that statement come true. Him and Jalen Brunson leading the way for New York. For Washington, he had a very slow start, sloppy first half. We saw them kind of show some life after the half, and then New York kind of put him back to sleep. So, where do you guys want to start? You guys want to start with the third quarter, the response in the third, or?
I would just get to it. The Wizards lost the game off little things, second chance points, and the points they allowed off their 20 turnovers, man. And they scored 23 points off their 20 turnovers, and then they scored 20 second chance points. And that's the game. That's the game pretty much right there. They battled. They competed. You gotta give certain guys, their props. Especially Denny, I felt he had the best game out of everybody. 23 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. On 9 to 13, he came to play. Kuzma scored the ball, fairly well, fairly efficient, man. But he's too good to just have 2 rebounds in a game, especially considering who you playing against and whatnot, man. You ain't no better, man. You got to. There's no excuse for that. Gafford, obviously, he's not gonna get touches for whatever reason, man. 2 of 2, 6 points, but he had 12 rebounds, man. You know what I'm saying? And after that, that's pretty much it, man. The usual suspects, man. You know what I mean? Look, I expect Randall to come in. Look, he's a bull in a China shop. He's been that way since high school. And at 1-11, I knew he was gonna come in here and kill it. And the wild thing is, he didn't even have to look for a shot. Tom Thibodeau made sure he got his touches to get off early and often. He set the tone with that right away. You know what I'm saying? He's going to bully on heat. He's going to score, get to the free throw line. And that's what he did. Yeah, he had 39, 10 or 13 from the free throw line. You see what I'm saying? So he put a lot of fouls on that front court. Gafford, Denny, Kuz. He put a lot of fouls on those guys, man. So it forced Wes Unseld to have to make adjustments earlier and different than he probably was thinking coming in. And that's the advantage of playing inside and not just settling for threes, ladies and gentlemen. That think people just shoot threes all day. That's what happens. Those fouls add up and those fouls hurt. You know what I mean? As they go along. Jalen Brunson was unstoppable, 33 points, 8 assists. The 2-man game between him and Julius Randle, they couldn't do nothing with that, man. They just couldn't. Even when they set it up with double screens, between either Randall or Onunobi or Randall or Hartenstein or whatnot, they couldn't do nothing with it. And sometimes they did a double screen with Randall, Jalen Brunson had the ball, did it with Randall and like DiVincenzo or Hart doing a double screen. So you got 2 guys that can pop out or roll at the same time and make plays. The Wizards already don't play defense, man. So you had that nugget in there, man. It's just they're gonna be all over the place, and that's what they were. They made a run in the third. About 7 minutes, they were in control. They were up big, outscoring them, and then Knicks made a run, and that was it. And Ray said this from the beginning of the season: once you hit the Wizards, they don't come back. They don't get a ball man. Once they hit the mat, it's a wrap. Then you gotta count to 10, fight over. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is, man. But business as usual, for them. Like I said, we've been saying nothing will change with this team. So they correct the defense again. I don't care how much they score, I don't care how many exciting plays they have, assists, all that. The other team is just going to score more because they're going to stop the Wizards in spurts. Even if the Wizards are on fire and they're going to win. That's what's been happening all season, man. So they couldn't do nothing. And, it always goes back to this. Who has the best players on the floor? The Knicks had the best 2. And that's Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, who will be all stars once again this year. And they dominate as they should, as all stars should, man. That's why they walk off the court victorious.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, just collectively as a unit, they only played 7 minutes of basketball tonight, and that was that push in the third quarter that Cardale mentioned. Outside of that, man, it was, you know, terrible shot selection, poor defense. You know, Hartenstein came in, got 19 rebounds. They 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 got to fight at some point. Like it's just no excuse, man. You know, yeah, they made it competitive in the third, but like, why not do that from the beginning so you're not in that position? You know, and that's the most frustrating part because they're capable. So this is this is willing, man. Like it because they clearly can do it. They clearly know what to do. Whatever the disconnect is that's stopping them from doing it for more than 7 minutes in a game, I don't know, but if they're going to continue like this, then they'll continue to get the same results. The shot selection, that's what ended their run. They were down 5, and they took a quick 3, missed, and the Knicks came down to score, push it up to 7, and that was it for that stretch of good play from them. You know, and then there were a whole lot of rush threes following that, and they disrupted their own rhythm and stopped playing defense. So they weren't able to regain control of the game. You know, that started the third quarter. That was beautiful, man. If they're able to keep that up, then yeah, their fortunes would be reversed. But you know, they can only do right, but for so long before they just revert back to their normal practice. So yeah, man, it's disappointing to say the least because you know that run that they had started with getting stops and getting out in transition, getting easy baskets, and then a couple of threes sprinkled in, and they were good looks. But if you don't play defense, then you can't. None of that stuff is going to happen. So I mean, it's another day in Wizards land.
And Wilson, before you go move on, Ray, to piggyback on what Ray was talking about shot selection, it's just one play from the night that sticks out of my mind. Jordan Poole got the rebound or stole the ball or whatnot. I can't remember which one. And it was like a 1-on-4, 1-on-5 break. And instead of waiting for his teammates to come on court, this man dribbled out to the three-point line and shot a 3 with number 5 Knicks underneath the basket. Of course, he missed it, and they got the ball, went down there and scored. I'm just looking at that. I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like, that's what we talking about, man. That's why y'all reckon is what it is. If it's a play that sums up this season, that's it right there. Why, bro? So like it's a crazy high risk low reward shot. So you make it, okay, you get 3 points. It's early in the game. Everybody like, dang, that was my man. You no, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not a smart shot. That makes no sense, man. And no, that once you see that, man, you you just know what it is. Like, you just know what it is within the fabric of this thing, man. So that's what I'm saying. Anybody hoping, having big hopes or crazy optimism, you just setting yourself up to be stressed out a lot. Because no good basketball team would take those type of shots, man. Matter of fact, I only think it's about 2 or 3 guys that even had the green light to take something like that. And that's after they hit a few. We talked about this a few shows prior, and he ain't one of them. So I just had to throw that in there because that's exactly what Ray's talking about.
No, I'm glad you did bring that up, though. How many times this year have we watched this team in moments when they start to get traction, and it's followed by literally 3 straight possessions of why? Literally, it's always that. Just why? It's 3 straight possessions of why. Why did you kill your momentum? Why did you take that shot? Why were you in a rush? And every team, for the most part, what's it called? 29 times this year, those whys lead to teams, the other team, getting their footing back underneath them, and finishing off the job. The turnovers tonight were crazy. I know they kept even on the glass, but it's like the little cartoons where there's a hole in a boat and they go to plug holes on a boat. You have different nights where they do right and then something else. It's like it can't be multiple things at the same time that are done right. So I didn't have going even with the Knicks tonight on the glass on my bingo card. However, you threw that away by turning the ball over 20 plus times. It can't be too good. There's always something to go. As Ray said earlier, there's always something to take away from it. And that's been the theme of it. Did y'all have anything else to add to tonight's game? All right. It's on the screen. Shocker. I figured you guys said his name already. Didn't know if you guys wanted to go co or just to give it to one Mr. Julius A. Randle himself.
Man, easy. Scored that last night.
And that's another depressing part about this is it was called last night. X Factor.
That's what they refer to as foreshadowing.
Man. on the dot too, on the nose rather like.
I can say Jalen Brunson, but that's easy. But I'm gonna say Hartenstein, both of them.
That's where I was going. Yeah.
Boy, 19 Bulls. He controlled the Bulls. Kuz has 0 rebounds at the half, bro. Like, my man, you 6'9", 6'10". That's illegal. That should be illegal. Like, come on, man. They play too much basketball and understand. There's just certain things you got to do to put your team in a position to win and to keep your team in a position to possibly try to win. Bro, if you got 0 rebounds at the half and you 6'9" and above, come on, man. It speaks for itself.
No argument here. And meanwhile, you watching your boy go crazy on the other side. Is calmly watching him. You knew what your man was coming in here tonight to do. You knew firsthand what type of time your man was going to be on. 39. You know you're a small team. And like you said, credit to Denny. Denny used his size. He got on the glass. It's inexcusable that we go ahead.
No, just Denny gonna compete. It's just him not getting so down on himself and getting in his own head where he just can't function. But he always gonna compete. You gonna expect that out of him. That's what I'm saying, man. No disrespect. It's a lot of guys that showed up tonight that didn't want that drama with Randall. They didn't want to feel all that contact, all that bumping and stuff like that, man. They didn't. They did not feel like dealing with that on the back-to-back. So let me get my numbers and let's keep it moving. My scoring numbers. That's what that was. I don't need to say names. Y'all saw the game. I know what I'm talking about.
So many wonderful trends here this season. Blizzy Baby jumped out. I missed the old plays we had. Wall Bill, right? Otto Gortat.
Hey, dog. I was telling people when they was back in the day when they was like, hey, man, we need to trade Wall. I'm like, y'all going to regret it. I better enjoy this right here. It don't get much better. Now look. Now look. I'm just saying, now look.
Hey man, sometimes like when people have those sayings, I want the people to feel like I shouldn't have to experience it to understand the saying. And some of y'all again this is experiencing it. If you weren't listening when Cardell and others said, you're gonna miss what you're gonna miss. He put this up here. I'm not, he followed that up. He said, "How go?"
Oh,
yeah. And this has been Mr. Optimism too. This is what y'all did to this man that quick.
You know why? My theory is he grew up watching a lot of mediocre Wizards teams and Bullets teams because of his pops, man. He's the bane of media. No disrespect. He saw mediocrity so much. He was born in it, molded like. Dog, it doesn't. He's numb to it, bro. That's my theory, man. Because he better than me. I'd have got fired already. I'm just gonna keep it a buck, man. I'd have got fired. I'd have swung on. I'd have fought a couple players. Middle of the game, it'd have been bad, bro. Like I can't take it. I can't take it, man. I'd have been like, Ted, don't pay this dude. He don't deserve it. Send that check to the fan base for even watching. It'd have been bad, bro. Because it makes no sense, man. So, kudos to him for being this patient, man. You know what I mean? But he's a better man than me.
Michael Kersey jumping out there. Hey, man, they going to blame West for them going out with no heart or a sense of urgency. He followed that up with they had their way, but I mean, who doesn't against them? Oh, y'all in a really great place tonight. The trifecta. Wound and VA, I don't care.
I'm just trying to figure out why y'all keep getting upset. What game? It's like game 30 something. Like, no.
Yeah, bro. This is life. Yeah, this is what it is. It's you tuning into the same program to see how it's gonna happen at this point. Be surprised if the result just changed, but they've shown you quite a few times. Like this is again, bigs up to the family covering. After the so-called trade deadline, does anyone see us getting better from C Night?
Who gonna call for who? Like, who's calling? Like, y'all tell me which player from this team would you call to get?
Yeah, this is a revolving door conversation over here, man.
Yeah.
And if you do call for anybody, it's for a very specific thing, which again goes back to the leverage thing in terms of what you're getting back. Right? There's no big exciting thing happening in any regard here at all. Oh man, Kirksey said, I mean, losing by 20 points a game, it could get better. He said lose by 10. I'm not messing with you tonight, Kirksey. He said he agreed with you that Randall would kill last night. He followed this up with Kirksey getting all his comments off tonight. Yeah.
I was gonna
say.
He said 35 for Shea on Monday. He's putting his 35 in.
Yeah.
I'm taking the over.
Might be worse. Yeah, it might be worse. It might be worse.
He said, actually, never mind, blowout Monday. Oh my goodness. Area 11T said not the Bane line, Cardell.
Molded by it. Yes, sir. He was molded by it. 21 Wizard teams. He saw it a lot.
Now, this might be one of the worst things we put out. Again, we were talking at length. I think we went almost an hour last night talking. At length.
No, you take that mic out. Take the mic out, dog.
Yeah.
I guarantee you them other teams were at least competing. They may have lost, but they wasn't losing about 30 and 40 points. And no, they wasn't doing all that.
He said Ted would be keeping that extra money. He said, nah, keep that in D.C.
Oh, shoot.
He said, man, because it's the home team. Hey, man, y'all get a day off, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are in that building come Monday.
Hey, if y'all want to see some winter basketball there, get over to George Washington and George Mason and enjoy. Have fun.
Immediately.
Go see one of the WCAC programs on. Like, hey, man, Sidwell friends. Josh Hart just played for the Knicks. That's Sidwell friends alone. Hey, man, it's winter basketball, man. You just got to search a little bit for it, but it's something there, man. Just go reach out and save your sanity.
Well, y'all enjoy your Sunday. We'll check back in with y'all Monday. Cardell Ray will be checking this back from Capital One after whatever happens between the Wizards and the visiting Oklahoma City Thunder. I have a good night.